Hello students, welcome to e-learning platform of Divine Public School. Students, I hope you all are well and safe. So now today I am going to teach you chapter first, which is integer. In this chapter, first of all, we will review and revise what we learned about integer in our previous class. So in previous class, you learned definition of integer. So what was integer? Integer is collection of all whole numbers and negative numbers. Okay, so you learned in previous class integer is collection of whole numbers and negative integers like minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. So that is this bigger collection is known as integer. You learned in previous class, that is. Okay, in that here you can say the number minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. This collection is called integer. In this number, you know, this 1, 2, 3, and so on, that is called positive integer. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on are called positive integer. And minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, these number are called negative integer. Okay, so minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, and so on, that is called negative integer. Okay, and so 0 is an integer which is neither positive nor negative. I hope it is clear. So you can say finally the integers form a bigger collection of number which contains whole number and negative numbers like minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, and so on. Okay, I hope it is clear. So now come to next slide. So now you know every integers can be represented on a number line. Okay, so here some integers are represented on a number line, and you learn that every positive integer lies right side of 0, because on a number line 0 is here, so all positive number will be lies right side of a 0, and all negative integers lies left side of the 0. Okay, so here some observation about this number line is here. So try to understand. There is no largest integer and no smallest integer. Is it clear? Why? Because when you move left side, then you will get one another number. Like here it is minus 4 is given. So when you move right, then you will get minus 5, then minus 6. Like that, you will get always one number. So you can say there is no smallest number. Similarly, when you move right side, then you will get new integers. Here after 5 you will get 6, then you will get 7, then 8. Like that, you will get new integers. So you can say there is no largest integer. So that means you can see there is no largest integer and there is no smallest integer. I hope it is clear. Now next observation is that an integer is greater than all those integer that is lies to its left on a number line. Okay, so here how an integer is greater than all those integer that lies to left of on the number line. So here you can observe this 2, suppose we are taking 2, and this is greater than all those integer which are lies left side. Okay, 2 is greater than all integer which are lies left side of this. Similarly, that an integer is less than all those integer that is lies to right on the number line. So here all the number lies right side of 2. So 2 is less than all these number which are lies to right of it. I hope it is clear. This 4 and 5 observation. Now next observation, there is no integer between any two consecutive integer. So here just observe what is meaning of consecutive. Consecutive integers means integer next to one another. Okay, so here after 2, which integer will be 3. So there is no integer between 2 and 3. You can observe there is no integer between 2 and 3. So you can say there is no integer between any two consecutive integer, and there is at least one integer between two non-consecutive integer. So here you can take 4 is lying between 3 and 5 because 3 and 5 is non-consecutive integers. I hope it is clear. So now next, come to next slide. So now we will learn how to add the integer. So in previous class you learned that to add any two positive integer. So when you know positive integers, there are positive integers, negative integers. So first, how to add two positive integers? To add two positive integer, we will add like a natural number. For example, if you want to add 3 plus 5, 3 and 5, then you have to add like that, like whole numbers. 3 plus 5 is 8. Okay, this is simple, you know. Now how to add the negative integers? So if it is given all negative integer, so in that case, if both integers are negative, so in that case you have to add that number and then put the, you have to ignore the sign and then find the sum of given number. Okay, and then put the negative sign what sum obtained. For example, if it is given -3, if you have to add -3 and -1. Okay, so in that case we have to add 3 and 1. We have to ignore this minus sign. So first you have to add 3 and 1. So you know 3 plus 1 is 4. Okay, so then after that you have to put the minus sign. Okay, so -4 will be answer. I hope it is clear. So next how to add that positive and negative integer. So in the case of positive, to add positive and negative integer, you have to ignore the sign, and then subtract the smaller number from the larger number and give the sign of integer which has the larger absolute value. That means when it is given, sign is different. For example, if you want to add -3 and 5, if you want to add -3 and 1 you are taking. Okay, so in that case first you have to subtract the less number from smaller number from greater number. So you know 3 is greater than 1, so subtract 1 from 3, so that will be 2. And now put the sign of greater number. So greater number is 3, its sign is minus, so you have to put minus. So answer of this is -3 plus 2 will be -2. Take another example. You can take another example. So here, if it is given, if you are taking 5 plus -3. Okay, here 5 plus -3. If you want to add, so here one is positive sign, another is negative sign. So first you have to subtract the smaller number from greater one. So here 5 is greater and 3 is smaller. So 5 minus 3 is 2. And now put the sign of greater number. So greater number is 5, its sign is positive, so no need to put, or you can put the positive sign. So answer will be 2 only. I hope it is clear. So now come to next. Now how to compare integers. So comparison of integers. So how to compare? So there is rule for comparison. So for that, every positive integer is greater than 0 and every negative integer is less than 0. I hope it is clear. Every positive integer is greater than 0 and every negative is less than 0. So if it is given to compare -5 and 0, so directly you can write -5 is less than 0. Why? Because all negative integer is less than 0. Okay, similarly it is positive positive integer is greater than 0, so 6 is greater than 0. Why? Because 6 is positive. Okay, so every positive integer is greater than 0 and negative integer is less than 0. Okay, so next, every positive integer greater than every negative integer. Okay, so every positive integer is greater than negative integer. For example, 5 is greater than -5. because here 5 is positive integer and this minus 5 is negative integer. So this 5 is greater than minus 5. Okay, so every positive integer is greater than negative integer. Next property, that given two positive integer, if it is given two positive integer, so in that case you have to compare them like a whole number. You know that 7 and 6. So here 7 is greater than 6. So like whole number you can compare. And now given two negative integers. So in that case, if two negative integers are given, so in that case that number will be the integer of smaller absolute value is greater. For example, if it is given the integer with a smaller absolute value is greater. For example, if it is given minus 7 and minus 6. So to compare this, so here the integer with a smaller absolute value will be greater. So here absolute value of minus 6 will be 6. So that means this number is greater than this 7. Okay, so in that case, when two negative integers, then the integer with smaller absolute value is greater and integer with bigger absolute value will be smaller. Okay, so now come to know what is absolute value. So so what is absolute value? Now what is absolute value? So absolute value of an integer is its numerical value regardless of its sign. Okay, so for example, if it is asked what is the absolute value, how to represent? So absolute value of any number is represented by this, and this is 7. Okay, so absolute value of an integer is numerical value regardless its sign. Okay, so here absolute value of minus 7 will be 7, and this is represented by written as this, like this. Okay, here definition is also given. If a is any integer, then absolute value of a will be a if a is greater than or equal to 0, or you can say a is positive, and this will be minus a if a is negative. Okay, and that absolute value of an integer is always non-negative. Okay, so absolute value of an integer will be always non-negative. So let us find one absolute value. How to find absolute value of any number? So wait. Now for example, if it is given find the absolute value of minus 3. Okay, so how to find? So absolute value of a is minus if it is less than 0. So this a, this a here, a is minus, a is less than 0, a is less than 0. So in that case a is less than 0, so you have to write minus sign. So you have to put minus of minus 3. So that will be equal to 3. That will be equal to 3. Understand? Because here actually in this case this is at the place of a, and this is minus 3, which is less than 0. Okay, so this is less than 0, so you have to write minus of a. So here we put minus, and at the place of a minus 3 it is. Okay, so minus and minus, it will be plus 3. Okay, so absolute value of a is 3. Understand? So now come to exercise. So question number first of exercise 1.1. Exercise 1. Here it is given some integer marked on the following number line. So it is given first write these integer in ascending order. So how to write ascending order. So smaller to greater we have to go. So here minus 18, minus 9, minus 4, 0, 3, 8, 12. So given integers in ascending order will be minus 18, 9, 4 and so on. Okay, similarly you can write in descending order. Now third part, it is asked few dots have been marked on the above line. So few dot is given here, this dot is given, this dot, here one dot is given, here one dot is given, here also. So it is given that write the appropriate integer at each dot. So here it is, this dot is just right of minus 18. So just right of minus 18, it will be greater number. So it will be minus 17. I hope it is clear. Then it will be minus 16, minus 15, and then this dot will be minus 14. Okay. Now here minus 13, minus 12. So this will be minus 11. Okay. Similarly, here it is minus 9. So it will be minus 8, and therefore this will be minus 7. Okay. And here this dot is lying left of minus 4. So it will be minus 5. Okay. So similarly, you can write appropriate integer for each dot. So that is minus 17, minus 14, minus 11, minus 6, 7, minus 5. Here it will be 4. Okay. Here it will be 4, 5, 6, 7 it will be, and here it will be 9. Here it will be 11. So you can do, understand all of you. So this is exercise 1.1, question number 1 it was. Okay. So now come to next question. Now question number 2. In question number 2 it is given, the number line representing integers given below. Minus 2 and minus 3 it is given. Minus 2 is represented by F and minus 3 is represented by E. So which integer are marked by the point B, D, H, J, M and O? So you know, when you move right side, when you move left of minus 3, then you will get minus 4. Here it is minus 5. Here minus 6, and here minus 7. So it is asked marked for B and D. So B is represented by integer minus 6 and D is represented by minus 4. Understand? So similarly, now here when you move right side of minus 2, so this will be minus 1. Here it will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, and there 7. Okay. So now you can write all number for all appropriate integers for J, M and O. So J is represented by 2, M is represented by 5, and O is represented by 7. Okay. So here all number are given. I hope it is clear. Now come to next question. Now question number 4. Question number 4 is given in a quiz. In a quiz, positive marks are given for correct answer and negative marks are given for incorrect answer. So if Rohit scores 5 successive rounds where 15 minus 3, that means in first round Rohit got 15 marks, in second round he got minus 3, in third round he got minus 7, in fourth round he got 12, and fifth round he got 8 marks. So what was his total at end? Okay. So you know, you can add all number and then you can get the total at end. So you can write, we have to find total at end. So then add all number. So 15 and then plus minus 3, and here minus 7 because negative marking is there, and here 12 and then 8. So add. So first you have to add the number. So here 15 plus 12 plus 8. Okay. So here it will be 35, and here minus 3 and minus 7. So that will be minus 10. So 35 minus 10 will be 25. So total score at the end will be. Now question number 5. It is given Ruchi deposited 4,370 in her account on Monday and then withdraw 2,875 on Tuesday. Next day she deposited 1,550. What was her balance on Thursday? So you can write from question, you can note down that amount deposited by Ruchi on Monday, so that is 4,370. Amount withdraw on Tuesday is 2,875, and deposited on Wednesday is this. So total deposited amount will be 4,370 plus 1,550. So this will be 5,920. This is deposited amount, and but she withdraw this amount on Tuesday. So this will subtracted from total amount. Okay, so therefore balance on Thursday will be total deposited amount minus withdraw amount. Okay, so that will be rupees 3075 rupees. I hope it is clear. So students, now you can do remaining question of exercise 1.1 by yourself. If you have doubts, so you can ask to your respective math teacher. Now we have to learn properties of addition. So what is the properties? So here some properties are there. So first is closure property under addition. So what is the closure property? So let us observe. This is very important thing. So what is this is closure property? First is the if you take an integer 13 and another integer 9. If you add these two number, then this will be 22. So you know 22 is integer. 22 is integer. Yes. Okay. Again, if you are taking another integer minus 13 and here another integer minus 9. So if you add these integer, then you will get minus 22. This is another. Then again it is integer. Minus 22 is another integer. So here if you are taking another integer minus 17 and here 23, if you add, then you will get again integer. So here you are getting, if you are adding any two integer, then sum is also integer. Okay, if you are adding any two integer, then their sum will also integer. So you can say if any number a and b, if a and b are any integer, then their sum a plus b will also be integer. Okay, understanding or not? Integer. So if a and b are any integer, then a plus b will be integer. So this property is known as closure property under addition. Okay, so now come to next property. Now commutative property. So what is commutative property? So here if a and b are any two integer, then a plus b will be equal to b plus a. That means here order are changed, so that will again same. For example, if you are taking one integer minus 3 and another is 7, so here minus 3 and plus 3, minus 3 and plus 7, it will be 4. And again if you change the order, 7 plus minus 3, so that is again 4. So you can say minus 3 plus 7 is equal to 7 plus 3. Okay, so that means for any integer a and b, a plus b will be equal to b plus a. This is your commutative property. Understand all of you? So now next slide. So other property is associative property. So what is associative property? If a, b, c are any three integer, then sum of group of a plus b plus c is equal to a plus sum of group of b and c. Okay, so here this is associative property. For example, you can take here 7 plus in bracket 13, it is minus 13. So 7 plus minus 13 plus 24. So here 7 plus minus 13 will be minus 6 plus 24. So it is 18. And when you change that order, so here 7 plus minus 13 plus 24. So when you adding these two number, you will get 11. And here 7 plus 11 is 18. So here it is satisfy the closure property. Associative property. Okay. So you can do this. So now next is additive identity. You know, when you add 0 in any integer, then result will remain same. If you are adding 0 in any number, for example, if you add 0 to 5, then result will be 5 only. If you are adding 0 in minus 1, then again result will be minus 1. So you can say when we are adding 0 in any integer, then result are same. That's why 0 is known as additive identity. Okay, so 0 is known as additive identity. Why? Because for every integer a plus 0 will be a, or 0 plus a will be a. Understand? So for every integer a plus 0 will be a. So that's why 0 is known as additive identity. Okay, now come to next, additive inverse. So what is additive inverse? So for any integer a, if you add minus a in that number, then result will be 0. If for any integer a, if you add minus a, then that will be, sum will be 0. Okay, so here this minus a is known as additive inverse of a. Okay, minus a is known as additive inverse of a, and a is known as additive inverse of minus a. For example, if it is asked find the additive inverse of 5, so what will be additive inverse of minus 5 is equal to minus 5, and additive inverse of minus 5 will be 5. I hope it is clear. So now come to next slide. So now exercise 1.2. In exercise 1.2, it is asked, first question, write the pair of integer whose sum is minus 3. Okay, so you can take minus 5 and 2. You can take, it is asked, write the pair of integer whose sum is minus 3. So you can take minus 5 and 2. So pair of this, when you add minus 5 plus 2, so it will be minus 3. So here sum of these two number minus 5 and 2 is minus 3. I hope it is clear. Second, it is asked, write the pair of integer whose difference is minus 5. So in this case, so difference is minus 5 it is asked. So you can take minus 2 and 3. Minus 2 and 3, if you are taking minus 2 and 3. So difference of this number minus 2 minus 3. So here minus 2 minus 3, it will be minus 5. I hope it is clear. So you can do third part similarly. Now second question it is given, write the pair of negative integer whose difference is minus 5. So it is asked, write the pair of negative integer. So pair of negative integer, we have to write pair of negative integer whose difference is 5. So here you can take minus 8 and minus 13. In this case, first one, you can take minus 8 and minus 13. So their difference will be here minus 8 and minus 13. It is asked difference. So here this will be equal to minus 8 plus 13. Okay, so now 13 minus 8, it will be 5. Okay, so here pair of integer, negative integer whose difference is 5. So that is minus 8 and minus 13. I hope it is clear. So you can do remaining question of exercise. So students, you can do, you have to do all question of exercise 1.2 by yourself. On that question are basis, on the basis of properties what I explained. So you can do that. If you have problem, so you can ask to your respective teacher in live class and try to understand live class. I hope you all are well. So thank you all of you to join this class. In next part we will learn next exercise. Okay, thank you all of you.